Welcome back, everybody. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter here at the workbench. Wanted to do an introduction, or sort of taking a step back and explaining how a double iron or a chip breaker and cutting iron work together. So this is a brand new old stock. I'd say it's probably 20, 30 years old. And it's never been used. It's brand new. So as you can see, Stanley, made in England. Okay. The concept of the round top chip breaker is that it brings that edge down onto the flat face of the cutting iron. A couple of ways to improve on that naturally is always to try and flatten your back. I have done nothing to this blade. This is just for demonstration purposes. And as you can see, there is a flat. See if we can, there it is, right there. That flat is what mates with the cutting iron. However, you don't want that whole front edge mating with it. You only want the tip of the front edge mating with it. So if you make any adjustments to this, make sure, like let's say this was a sharpening stone, make sure that when you're adjusting this, that you are bringing it down as far as you can without cutting into it. So you're creating a sharp edge in the front. That's one. Then comes another contention of mine, and that is what to do with the front. And too often, people don't do anything with the front. If you take this to a sharpening stone, okay, and you strop it back like this until you are approximately, how can I show this? About 80, 85 degrees to that front edge. And you just make a nice curve, a nice round to it. But you want to bring it around, okay? What that does is when you're using the plane, any shavings coming off, and I'm going to leave an extreme amount of cutting edge showing here, okay? As the shavings hit the chip breaker, they hit them pretty hard and sharp, and that's what makes them curl up. As opposed to, and this is where I have a little bit of contention with modern makers who use the beveled chip breaker, all right? I still personally am not buying that this is the right thing to do. Maybe somebody can explain it to me, because I don't see that wall that the chip hits to make it curl. I don't see that chip breaking action. And I know Ron Hawk makes his this way, Lie-Nielsen, all of them, they all make it this way now. So I guess if I were going to have the new, thicker, beveled chip breaker, I still would put a blunt edge on the front. Even if it's just a 64th of an inch. So that's my opinion. What's yours? Let me take this one out. Now, I think I have already slightly modified this one. See how I've kind of rounded that? So let me show you what I would normally do. I'd go to my 1000 grit stone. I don't know if you can see me from there, but I'll move forward a little bit. There we go. That's as far as I can go. So I would, on the round bevel, I'd start back a ways and I'd slowly work up towards the front. That's all. Till I'm about 80, 85 degrees. Not quite vertical. It doesn't create a burr or anything like that. You could also, if you have a power buffing wheel, you can also buff the front. So there you go. You see how I have a nice shiny front edge there? I hope you can see that. If you want to take it one step further, you can take it to a strop and do the same thing. And just polish it. Polish that front edge. All right. Polish that front edge so it's good and shiny. And then you can even wax this front edge. You're not changing the contact underneath. You're not changing that. So let me know in the comments section which style chip breaker you prefer. I prefer the curved ones, but there are some different types of, like the Clifton has their own style. Lie-Nielsen has their style. Not happy with the way that went on at all. But you have to seriously connect and mate the chip breaker to your cutting blade. Or you don't get that chip cutting, the actual cutting action that you need. I hope this helps. I just wanted to do a quick one on that today on a basic. fundamental of woodworking. If there's anything special you would like me to cover, let me know. Types of wood. And there we go. Back in action. This piece of pine is getting thinner every time we get together. Smaller and smaller. Either chip breaker works just fine, but for me, my preference is the old style. Yep, got heavy cut on the right, probably a light cut on the left. Yep, we need to adjust the lateral. And there we go. So that's about it for today. Hope this helped. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It helps the channel out, believe it or not. And your comments. Your comments also help the channel out. So head out to your shop. Go make some shavings. Walter out.